Good evening, and welcome to Nightline. I'm Gwen Hall, your host, and we're so glad that you've joined us tonight. I trust you had a great week, great time with your family during Thanksgiving. Now we're in our first week of our Christmas specials here at Channel 16. We've got a special guest with us in the house tonight that you don't want to miss. Dante and Wade are going to bake a cake a little later on in the kitchen, an old-fashioned chocolate cake, which chocolate's my favorite, so I might have to sneak back there with them in a little while. But we're so glad you've joined us tonight, and I want to do some songs for Christmas before we go back to the kitchen if we could. And our prayer partners are here. They would love to hear from you. Maybe you've got a great praise report, or maybe you've got a prayer request we want us to pray over tonight. We'll certainly be glad to do that. I always open up a song, so if you kids are still up, and I'm sure you are at 8 o'clock, most of you anyway, I always do songs for the kids, always. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Ha, 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 bells on bobtail ring, making spirits rise. What fun it is to ride and sleigh a setting song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Now let me hear you sing it, okay? Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Amen. That was just for you kids tonight. I knew some of you grown-ups, you were probably singing along with me too. This week I was inquiring of the Lord, and He began to speak to me. But Christmas is the time of giving. It was early one morning. He said, you know what? He said, I gave my best when He gave Jesus. And tonight our scripture is out of John 3:16. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son. He said to me, emphasize, He gave it, that whosoever believeth on Him would have life everlasting. And then He went on to say, but I came. Jesus came as a baby, wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. So I just want to say to the Lord tonight, thank you. Thank you for your precious Son, Jesus, that came and laid His life down, shed His blood for us, that we would have life and everlasting, and one day we'd be at home with Him, either by the grave or by the rapture of the church. I don't know about you, but I feel like time is closing in. I believe we've got but just a short time, because He said to me, occupy till I come. So tonight, I just want to worship Him. An old song that came to me when He was giving me these scriptures this week about how He gave. She did she knew that holy is thy name. Holy is thy name. There's no other name with a healing touch, no other name that I love as much as Jesus. Holy is thy name. Will you worship with me? But she knew that holy is thy name. Holy is thy name. Oh, yes, Lord. There's no other name with a healing touch, no other name that I love as much as Jesus. Holy is thy name. There's no other name with a healing touch, no other name that I love as much as Jesus. Holy is thy name. Holy is thy name. And I bow on my knees and cried, holy, yes you are. Holy, our Lord is holy. Oh, and I bowed on my knees and I cried, holy, holy to the Son of God. Sing with me and worship Him. And I bowed on my knees and cried, holy. I cried, holy. Our Lord is holy. Oh, and I bowed on my knees and cried, holy, holy to the Son of God. Holy to the Son of God. He's a holy God. Oh, can you right there in your home just worship with me a minute? Oh, yes, you are, Jesus. Oh, we give you praise. I'm so glad that He sent His best when He sent Jesus. I have one more song I want to do. And it's one in your Red Book hymnal, and it's one that you can and sing along with me. One of my favorite. Help me now. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright. Run yon virgin mother and child. so tender and mild. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night. Help me sing. Holy night. Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face. With the dawn of redeeming grace, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. Father, we enter into your gates with thanksgiving, and into your courts we've come tonight with our best praise. We ask, Lord, that you minister to each one that's watching tonight. Those that might need a miracle, those that's believing for their family, those that are believing for their home or their job. And Father, we give you thanks and we praise you. In everything, the Word of God says we give thanks, and we do. At this time, you're in for a treat tonight because you've got Wade in the kitchen. And if you don't even know anything about Wade Hall, he is anointed to cook and to bake. And so he and Dante are in there tonight, and they're going to bake an old-fashioned chocolate cake. I know that you're going to enjoy.
Well, here we are in the kitchen, and Gwen just said that she likes the way I cook and I bake. She brags about my cooking, so I'll keep cooking for her. And the baking, well, I do it once a year. And when I do, it is a chocolate cake. And I've got somebody here helping me tonight do this because it's, I call it it's an old-fashioned style chocolate cake. And I've got Dante with me. And
there is two places that I do not belong. For one is behind a piano singing. And Gwen got me a couple of weeks ago or months ago, so singing behind the piano with her and Mary. And the other's in the kitchen. And now you've got me in the kitchen. So y'all must know how to say it, because anyway, this is out of my comfort zone. So
well,
I know how to boil water.
All right.
And I know how to scramble eggs.
Great.
And that's about it.
Well, I got news. Well, hey, I got news for you. We're not going to do either one of those.
Well, now last week was Thanksgiving, and so I did cook the turkey. So I was proud of myself on that. And nobody got sick, and everybody enjoyed it, so that was good.
Well, but I heard, though, you cooked the turkey.
I cooked the turkey.
I didn't know anybody could cook a turkey in a trash can.
In a trash can. I'm telling you, folks, if you've never had a trash can turkey, do it. It's about a 15-gallon galvanized trash can, something like that, And you put aluminum foil on the ground, outside, aluminum foil on the ground, and then a stick, about a 1x2 or something like that, in the ground, cover it with aluminum foil, and put the bird on top of that stick, and then the trash can on top of the bird, and then put charcoal around the outside of the trash can and on top of the trash can, and in 2.5 hours, you got a 25-pound turkey cooked.
That's fast.
That's fast. So, 8 to 9 minutes per pound, something like that. And so, at about 2.5 hours, we had that bird cooked, and it was good.
Awesome. I'm going to have to try that.
It's good.
I got to try that. So, but in the meantime, I want to mention to you that our prayer partners are here.
Yeah.
And they come faithfully, and they're here for one reason. That's for you. Mm-hmm. If you've got a need, no matter what it is, whether it could be financial, spiritual, physical, family problems, give us a call. Let us join our faith with yours, lifting that need up before the Father. There's power in prayer. There's power in the unity of prayer. So get on the phone, give us a call, and let us pray with you over your needs, okay? Well, we're going to do that old-fashioned chocolate cake here tonight. and we've got things started laying out here. And I think before we get into it real heavy, what we're going to do is, I heard that Catlin's just coming through the door.
He's just walking in. I don't know, man.
So I think we need to maybe see if he'll do a song for us real quick. And then we're going to come back and really tear into cooking this cake.
We're going to tear into something. I don't know. This is the pro here, so I'm along for the ride.
You've been around Gwen too long, pro.
You're the pro. I've had your cooking. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's good.
Let's go to Catlin. He's going to sing for us Christmas Carol.
I was playing Santa Claus downtown on Christmas Eve when a little girl of 3 or 4 climbed up upon my knee. I could tell she had a Christmas wish behind those eyes of blue. So I asked her, what's your name and what can Santa get for you? She said, my name is Christmas Carol, I was born on Christmas Day. I don't know who my daddy is and mommy's gone away. All I want for Christmas is someone to take me home. Does anybody want a Christmas carol of their own? All that I could say was Santa do the best he could. Then I set her down and told her, now remember to be good. She said, I will, then turned and waved, said goodbye to me. And I'm glad she wasn't close enough to see old Santa cry. She said, my name is Christmas Carol, I was born on Christmas Day. I don't know who my daddy is and mommy's gone away. All I want for Christmas is someone to take me home. Does anybody want a Christmas carol of their own? Early Christmas morning I got up and dialed the phone. Made a few arrangements with the county children's home. They told me it would be all right to pick her up today. Now my little girl won't ever have to say, my name is Christmas Carol, I was born on Christmas Day. I don't know who my daddy is and mommy's gone away. All I want for Christmas is someone to take me home. Does anybody want a Christmas carol of their own? Well, Merry Christmas Carol, I love you, welcome home.
It's always a pleasure having Catlin here. I enjoy his singing so much. But now we're here ready to tear into this chocolate cake, old-fashioned chocolate. Now, when you're making a cake, the old-fashioned way, you start out with your layers of the cake. Now, I'm cheating a little bit here because years ago, I would make the cake from scratch using your flour and your butter, lard, actually, you know, yeah. Crisco, but lard. And anyway, and salt and your you know, powder and everything that you put together to do it the old-fashioned way. Anytime
I've ever made a cake, I hired this sweet little lady named Betty Crocker. Then you know, and you just add water.
There you go.
That's it. So, so back in the day, it was flour and lard. And do they even sell lard anymore?
Well, Crisco.
I guess.
You get right down to it and all. And I can remember back in the day growing up, we raised hogs and everything. And literally rendered our own lard, you know, as we processed them and everything. So that goes back a few years.
Just a couple. Well, this recipe goes back a few years, doesn't it?
Yes. I first was shown this recipe, and I think it was actually 1970.
Wow.
And it is a very good cake, and She did it from scratch, both the cake and the icing. The icing we're going to do from scratch. The cake, we did your favorite lady there, Betty Crocker.
Betty Crocker.
And you can use the cake mix of your choice and all. And so what we're going to do now is I'm going to ask Dante if he'll take these layers and we're going to cut them in half. If he'll start cutting those in half on those. And I'm going to start work over here a little bit. And believe it or not, get ready. You're going to gain 5 pounds, Dante, just standing here preparing this cake.
Man.
But we're going to put in here to start with.
These layers, I mean, they smell delicious just by themselves.
Just by themselves.
It's neat.
We're going to start with 5 cups of sugar. Now, if that doesn't get you started.
5 cups.
5 cups. It's a good thing I took my insulin double this morning to get started. And we're going to put in a whole can of Carnation evaporated milk or any kind of evaporated milk that you'd like to use.
Now, I got this little cattywampus. That's all right, ain't it?
That's no problem.
Okay.
So you can just set that other part aside and cut that one in two. And we're going to start.
There are some ladies watching me right now just cringing, like, what is he doing? You know, just screaming, you don't do it that way.
Oh, I'm sure we're going to hear about that.
My wife's probably one of them. But, you know, she won't let me in the kitchen because she tells me that I make a mess, which I do, and then she tells me that she has to clean up after me, which she does. So I guess I wouldn't let me in the kitchen either. That's why I had to cook that turkey outside, I guess.
Oh, let's send you right outside.
Yeah, let's clean up. All right, this was turning out a little bit better.
Now, what we need to do sometimes, let's get together and let's do a little program outside with you preparing a turkey.
We'll do a turkey, man. Yeah, it looks good there. All right.
I like doing sometimes a roast on a slow cooker over charcoal.
Oh, that'd be good over charcoal.
So we got this beginning to heat up here now.
All right, so it's 1 cup carnation and 5 cups of sugar. That's all that's in there?
one large can and 5 cups of sugar.
And that's what it looks like after just about and then 2 minutes. It's already
dissolving.
Look at that. That's pretty
and
butter.
Butter.
Yeah.
The real thing now. Yeah. Come on.
Now, believe it or not, I've made butter before.
Oh, you've churned butter?
Well, not with the big churn. I cheat and use a blender with the attachment. But man, I do like making butter. And I've made cheese before. That's kind of fun. But
now I've never done the cheese. I have helped do butter. Yeah. Of course, now I go back a few years. I did it the
So you did it with the churn.
Yes.
Yeah. Growing up, we had a butter churn in our kitchen. That was who knows how old, and I bet it'd still work. I don't know why it wouldn't.
Well, we got our milk 5 gallons a week. We would go down about a half mile from our house to a family that had dairy cattle.
Wow.
And they would have milk cattle, and they made the butter. And we'd pick up every Tuesday. We'd pick up 2 gallons of milk. One of us would go, my brother or I. But on Saturdays, both of us had to go because we got 3 gallons of milk and about 4 pounds of butter. And so it took 2 of us to get it. And I would go down there occasionally, and it was Mr. and Mrs. Stepp, and I'd sit there with her and churn the butter.
That's cool. How long would it take to churn 4 pounds of butter? That'd take all afternoon, wouldn't it?
I don't know about that, but my arms got sore.
I bet, man.
Even as a young kid.
Well, now with 4 pounds of butter, that'd last a week, I guess?
Yes, for us, because they were.
But y'all would cook every meal pretty much, wouldn't you?
And Mom used. Back then we used butter with about everything, and it was so good back then. Yeah. And of course, the milk we had then was the raw milk.
Yeah.
And it was. If you had pasteurized milk back then, you had to pick it up like this and put it pasteurized to make it pasteurized milk. So,
folks, you are lucky. You got music in this show, you got cooking in this show, and now you got comedy in this show. I'm telling you. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that wasn't real?
well, when I say something like that, I would say, I'll tell my wife, I say, you like my jokes? And she goes, that's not a joke. Jokes are supposed to be funny, Dante.
Oh,
yeah. She burns me good on that.
These wives are good, aren't they? They keep us in line and everything. All right, this is starting to bubble a little bit here. Need for it to come on up.
Bubble, or you?
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to actually get it up to a pretty good sized boil
Oh, wow, okay.
on it. So you've never made icing?
Never have, nuh-uh.
Okay.
Put that away for it. I felt dangerous. Put that down.
Well, I make it 2 different ways. I make it like this once a year, and it's always usually around Christmas. And I make it to the store and pick up a couple of cans that I can scoop out. So that's the 2 ways I do icing.
There you go. Yeah, the scoop kind, I know how to work a spoon.
I'll tell you, we're good at that.
So to this, I see powdered cocoa, I guess, or
Yes.
is that what? So no milk chocolate or hard chocolate, just powdered
This
chocolate.
pure powdered cocoa
Cool.
on this, and this is actually 10 tablespoons.
Okay.
And I'm going to let that come on up to a boil here.
Well, now wait. We talked about your cooking, and you are an excellent cook, excellent chef, excellent baker. What made you start wanting to learn to cook? Is it by necessity, or just something that always fascinated you?
Well, I always enjoyed trying things, and I do different things, but I used to do stuff on the grill until we went to the condo, and I cut that down some. But I like doing things on a grill. I try different things. A while back, I had some salmon that I was fixing there at the house, and I thought, well, oops, I forgot to get anything to baste them with. So I looked in the thing, and I had some barbecue sauce in the fridge, and I turned around and saw some pancake syrup.
Wow.
So I took the pancake syrup and the barbecue sauce, mixed that together, and put a little parsley, chopped parsley in it and all, and a little Italian seasoning, and basted it. And I thought, well, let's see what happens. Well, it worked out. It was delicious.
Wow.
And so I experiment cook.
Yeah.
And Gwen's my guinea pig.
Well, you hadn't killed her yet, so you
Hadn't
must be
killed her
doing
yet,
something
so it's going good. And all, but really enjoy doing things around the kitchen. And Gwen likes me to do it.
Yeah.
On that. Okay, we're just about ready to where we're going to add in our cocoa. Now, we all sliced up there?
I think so, yeah. Let me get this one. We pre-sliced one earlier. So, there we go.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Boy. And the nice thing about this is when you're putting that cocoa chocolate mixture here on, look how the holes are here. It just
it's like a
soaks it
sponge.
right in
Like a sponge.
and all.
I'm
Okay.
getting excited, y'all.
You see we got a little bit of a rolling boil going here now.
Yeah.
So now we're going to start just slowly stirring our cocoa in. And this is me. I just like to piddle when I cook and do different things. So we'll start stirring this in. Trim this back just a little bit to keep it in a good boil.
I'm learning so much tonight. This is neat. Now, my wife still won't let me do it, even though if I say, look, I'm professional now. I've been on television cooking with Wade. I mean,
And she won't let
she
you?
still probably won't let me. No. So,
I'll tell you, Gwen let me cook all the time, but I'll tell you when it comes to breakfast, I get out of the way.
you get out of the way for that,
Because
huh?
that girl can put one of the best breakfasts on the table in a matter of just a few minutes.
Well, earlier this year, I decided that I wanted to raise chickens. So I got a dozen chickens. And so we get tons of eggs. And that is something that I like to experiment, trying to figure out how to cook eggs different ways, you know. Because, you know, if I mess it up, hey, I'll have more eggs tomorrow, you know. It's not that big of a deal. But they're fun. They're fun, those chickens.
All right. See how we got that really boiling in
It's
there?
really going, yeah.
A good rolling boil. And really, it doesn't take all this
No,
long.
that hasn't taken long at all. So you put it on here hot, or?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh, yes. And if you'll open that up for me,
Yeah.
I'd like to keep this stirring going. And a little bit of vanilla we want to put in here. About a good, say, teaspoon to a tablespoon.
Yeah.
Give that back to you. All right, that's starting to thicken up now.
Let me feel how thick it gets.
There we go.
Oh yeah. That's pretty cool. Oh boy. So how thick do you want it before you put it on?
Well, I've
like
had
icing or
just no, not quite as much as icing because
Okay.
it'll set up too fast on you there. But you get it where it'll soak in good, and if it, I like it flowing down off the edge, and then I do the old finger scoop and taste it. You know, I shouldn't say that, but that's.
Well, I got gloves on, so I can do that. Like me.
Okay. Now, what we're going to do, you ready with that?
I'm ready.
All right.
Well, I feel like a legit chef over here with my tools and all. Ooh.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right.
Now, what y'all got a big day coming up tomorrow. Y'all got anything
yes.
planned? You gonna be cooking for Miss Hall tomorrow?
No.
No.
No. I'll buy the meal tomorrow.
There you go. It's your day off.
It's
huh?
it's my anniversary too, you know. Now this is kind of grainy, as you can see, and which is good. That's the way I like it there. And we're going to go ahead and start putting this on here. I'll put it kind of around over that.
Man, look at that, y'all.
And I'll put just a little more and let you spread.
All right.
Just a light spread across the top there to kind of get it over everything.
All righty. Look at me.
We get this first layer built, and you can pull that comes off. You can pull it up on the side there if you want to. That's all you do. And that's good enough there. Now we'll put another layer up on top of that.
Doesn't matter which way, up or down, or
doesn't matter.
let's do it that way. There we
We'll
go.
do it that way.
We'll do
and
the next one the other way.
We'll get ready to go to another song here, and we'll keep building this cake.
Yeah. Just spread this around. Look at me go.
Just spread that around.
Man. Yeah, my daughter, Riley, she's 10, and she loves to cook and loves to watch these baking competition shows on TV. So
All right.
I hope she's watching me tonight. Go look at me.
Okay, now we're going to put another one
Another
up.
layer. We're going to do this one that way.
No, let's turn it up.
Turn it the other way?
Yeah, we want to keep soaking that in.
Oh, okay.
Keep it soaking in. That's perfect right there.
That good?
All right, I think we need to go to a song, and while we're going to this song, Dante and I are going to keep building this pyramid here.
We're doing a good job.
All right, let's go to Victoria. She's going to sing Carolina Christmas.
Down in mid-Carolina, the pumpkin pie's been made. Friends and family gather with others on their way. Presents have been opened, paper balls have been thrown, carols sung round the piano, and Santa's come and gone. It's a Carolina Christmas with all our family dear. Most everything we ask for is given every year. Let's deck the halls with holly, don't forget the Christmas cheer. It's a Carolina Christmas, too bad it's once a year. The baby boy from heaven was born on Christmas Day. Shepherds gathered round him while he slept on the hay. We've heard the story told to us so many times before. He's the reason for the season, so let's celebrate once more. It's a Carolina Christmas with all our family near. Most everything we ask for is given every year. Let's deck the halls with holly, don't forget the Christmas cheer. It's a Carolina Christmas, too bad it's once a year. Yes, it's a Carolina Christmas with all our family near. Most everything we ask for is given every year. Let's deck the halls with holly, don't forget the Christmas cheer. It's a Carolina Christmas, too bad it's once a year. Yes, it's a Carolina Christmas, too bad it's once a year.
Uh-oh, we got caught still building this cake.
We're on number 5 of 6 layers.
I'll tell
and look
you.
who's here. Now, Gwen, you've had this cake before.
Oh, yeah.
How is it? I see you got a spoon.
Oh,
You're ready.
yeah.
You're ready first.
I was going to have me another spoon. Wade wouldn't let me get in it last night.
I know y'all pre-made one.
And listen,
See,
listen.
and it's turning out better than mine. I think.
Oh, no, it's not.
Look at that. That looks so good, y'all. Look at that.
We'll bring that over here in a minute, set it right in the middle of here.
But I think this one's turning out pretty good.
It's
Not
turned
bad.
out very good.
For my first
Oh
time of
my
spreading
gosh,
chocolate.
so good.
We ready for another layer?
Ready for another layer.
I need
layer.
another spoon.
There we go. So it's all right if it breaks down like this.
Yes,
There's
it
no
does.
problem at all, huh?
It soaks up that.
I guess it's all going to the same place. Don't matter
That's
what
right.
it looks like.
Well, Dante, this will be something you can make for your family.
I'm going to do it, but
Tradition.
I need to try.
Katie, if you're watching, you remember he knows how to make a cake now.
Well, and I need to try to let Betty Crocker have the night off and maybe make the cake from scratch sometime.
Oh yes.
So that'd be neat. So. What's your favorite thing that Wade cooks this time of year?
Chocolate.
This is it.
Yeah.
You didn't have to think about that long.
She's a chocoholic.
When we worked down here full time, he didn't even have to know what I was calling him for at 3 o'clock. PCBY was next door. Ain't that right?
That's right.
Pizza, I know, you're ready.
Have you got into that yet?
Oh, yeah. I need to know.
How did you do that? I've been trying to block you out.
You can block me out.
Right.
So what y'all got planned for tomorrow for your, what did you say, 28th anniversary?
28.
That's awesome, y'all.
Here you go. A little drip on your sweater. Now,
Oh, there we go.
ready?
Oh, it's so warm. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's warm. That's the best
Oh, that's
time to
good.
have it.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Get Wade a little bit.
I
This
can
is
tell
why
I know
he's
what I'm
working
doing.
so
over here.
hard.
Look at me go. Trying to get it to stick up there.
Here you go, baby.
There we go.
Here's you some. That was mean.
You taste a little graininess of it?
Yeah. Now, if you didn't want the grain, would a whisk help?
Yeah, you could.
You could whisk
Do
it.
you really want the grainy's what makes it?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, my wife, she made for Thanksgiving a chocolate crumb pie. And so when it came out of the oven, it like cracked, on top, and that was supposed to do that. And it was really good. And I'm surprised there was some left over that day.
And as it's laying there, it thickens. So every time you come up the side with it,
It's sticking a little
sticks
bit
to it.
more.
Oh, yeah.
Look at me go.
And my grandmother had made a cake like this, except she used applesauce in between the layers.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
With chocolate?
No.
Okay, just
no, it was an
applesauce.
applesauce cake.
That would be good.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
it's great to serve just like this, warm and everything.
It's
so
the best time.
it's so good like
See
that.
how thick it is?
Oh, yeah, it's sticking it up now.
And Gwen, if you'll find me a little plate over here.
Okay. I might could do that. Is it for me?
No. Well, yes, that'll make her get it quicker. But,
Maybe.
well, what do you think, Dante?
This
Quick?
is neat. This is quick, yeah. I mean, and again, if I'm able to do it, and of course I was doing it with instructions, but if I'm able to do it, anybody can do this. So that's how I gauge things in life. If I'm able to do it, it must be pretty easy. So I'll tell you that.
Really, it'd be better if he had the hot too, but there's a plate. He has to take a bite of it though.
Yeah, I'm going
He's
to
got
pull a
to
slice
taste it.
on here bigger than this cake, a plate.
Oh, wait, how pretty.
Oh, neat.
All right, can you get a shot of that right there? Those.
Move that, yeah.
There
move
you
that.
go. All the layers and that chocolate in between.
And we have the recipe. I've sent in the recipe for everybody that wants to get it.
Yeah.
But wait, one thing I didn't ask you is how much would you say it cost to make this cake?
Gwen, I've never looked at the cost of it. I don't know. I've just make it, but probably about maybe $8-10 to make it.
Maybe.
And if you've got another spoon.
Ah.
Oh, look, a
Oh,
God.
she's ready. She's ready.
Well, hey, step back a second. You didn't build this. Dante, tell me what you think.
I get the honors, huh?
You get the honor.
Let's see.
Oh,
here.
yeah, of course.
Now, this is the first time I've had your bacon. I've had all your cooking, but not your bacon, so.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know it. It's so moist.
Oh, yeah.
Because, see, it goes down through each
I'm gonna have
layer.
to get another bite.
It's
Another
the
bite.
most moist cake.
I mean, coming from a guy allergic to chocolate, that's pretty good.
Oh, allergic to chocolate.
We got a guy, you know Derek. Our
Oh,
editor.
yes.
We give Derek a hard time, and I love it. He deserves it. But he has a bunch of candy in his office, and so he's always, you want some candy? I'm good, Derek, don't worry about it. So once I was like, okay, I'll take a piece of candy. He gave me a Reese's peanut butter cup, you know. And so, oh, this is good. I've never had one of these before, Derek, you know. Does it have peanuts in it? He goes, yes, peanut butter cup. Derek, I'm allergic to peanuts. He started freaking out.
Oh, no.
It was hilarious. And
Were you really allergic
no,
to
no, no.
peanuts?
But he just, anyway, he hadn't asked me if I wanted any candy. But yeah,
You're probably not going to get any more
we
candy
give that
out of
man,
him.
I hope he's watching because now he knows.
That's right.
This is good. Gwen, get in on this.
All right,
This is
yeah.
delicious.
I got a clean spoon here, too. Oh, I know how it tastes. When I married Wade, I showed the picture earlier.
Wait, there
I
you
was a little more than about 112 pounds.
Uh-huh.
Since I've married Wade,
You're 102 pounds.
no,
You're
it's
doing
way
good.
up there now.
Well,
But
this is fun, y'all. So,
that's what we do around our house. We
Wow.
cook, we bake. And this will be the first year, I was telling the audience a while ago, 10 years it's been since we have all the family together.
good.
But where John lives, they have this great big clubhouse. It's got pool, it's got two fireplaces.
A nice facility to
Very,
gather
very
in.
nice to have a large crowd. So that's where we're having
Good.
Christmas this year
Good.
over there.
That's right. Have we got a song we need to go to?
I guess we do.
I'll
I
tell
like
you what.
music.
We have lots of music.
That'll
And
be
this one is
Christmas time.
Victoria too.
She's doing a good job.
She's going to do Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
Jingle bell rock, jingle bell swing, jingle bells ring, snowing and blowing up bushels of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell rock, jingle bells chime, jingle bell time, dancing and prancing in Jingle Bell Square in the frosty air. What a bright time! It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go riding in a one-horse sleigh. Get up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the block. Mix and a mingle in the jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell Rock. Oh, what a bright time! It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time is a swell time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Get up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Mix and a mingle in the jingling beat. That's the Jingle Bell, that's the Jingle Bell, that's the Jingle Bell Rock. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Well, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally say goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck
lady I always enjoyed Victoria singing.
She's done a
She's
good
anointed
job.
and sings so well. And she's written so many different songs. It's always a pleasure. Well, here's the cake. This is still shiny because the icing is just fresh and hot on top. And this is one that was done a little earlier, set up, and it's almost like a fudge.
We're going to get all of this, though, in here.
I'll get all the goodie
Let's
out of
see.
that.
There we go. Look at that, y'all.
Yeah, pour
We're
it
going to
right
fill
in.
in those cracks with
That's my
chocolate.
And that's
favorite.
what you do. It's
Yeah. See, that's
We
what
have the
pros do.
recipes,
See?
Dante. We brought the recipes and everything.
Well,
if you want a recipe of it, send us a self-stamped envelope and
And it'll
with
be
your-
on our
Yeah.
it'll be on our Facebook, too.
Facebook.
So
Yes.
if find this show on Facebook, unless you're watching now, then it's down there below or something. But find this on Facebook, and it'll be on there too.
It'd be a great
So,
cake for the
Let's
holidays.
see.
You know,
I
I don't
think-
know if you've got little kids. It might make them a little hyper. I don't know.
Well, my kids are already hyper. I don't think they can get much more hyper.
Now, with
There
us
we go.
approaching the Christmas season, Dante, have you got a favorite Christmas story, maybe?
My favorite Christmas story. They happen every year. You know, we
They
just
do,
keep
don't they?
making more memories. But I was sharing this with the viewers earlier this week. We did a music show Monday, this past Monday, and all Christmas music is really good. But you know, I've been to Israel twice this year. Once was really good. It was meetings and stuff, but one on a formal tour. And we got to go to Bethlehem both times and see Shepherd's Field. And I've seen where we think Jesus was born, you know. And that's so impactful because when you sit there, even though it wasn't at Christmas time, you know, but you sit there and you think, this is where the angels came down and ministered to the shepherds,
Wow.
you know. And then it's just everything that's set in motion from those events for where we're at today and things that's going to take place in the future, you know. But when we read in the Bible and, you know, they come down, I'm like, I'm here. And so when I get at Christmas time, I can cling to some of those memories and think about what Jesus means to me, of course. But, you know, just being there and able to touch and smell and taste. And it was neat. It was really neat. So that was just a couple weeks ago. So
And to
it
be
was
in
good.
an area where he walked
That's where he walked.
and
so,
all,
yeah.
and came here. And he came for us,
Mhm.
is the thing about it.
Yeah.
And that you and I might have salvation.
Yeah. When I was standing around in Bethlehem, and of course Bethlehem now is in the West Bank and predominantly Muslims there. There's a small minority of Christians, but no Jews in the West Bank. And so, you know, I sit around and I'm looking at everybody, and it's impactful for me personally. But then I look at these people that aren't Christians, and I think, well, he was born and died for them just as much as he was for me.
That's right.
It's really impactful over there. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So.
And you know, what kind of impact should we be having on people all year long, but
Yeah.
especially this time of year when people are queuing in? And we mentioned, you know, at times how he is the reason for the season. He's the reason we're here. And, you know, we're here. This is not for us. This is not a show. This is a service. We enjoy coming into your homes each week to be a part of your life. And we hope we're a blessing, and we want to impart into you, you know, the goodness of God and the things that he's done for all of us. And so this time of year, think a little bit about why he came as a babe and wrapped in swaddling clothes. And there are many out there, Dante, you know, now that you see a lot of homeless. We're seeing in our area, of course, we've got homeless that have children
Yes.
and all. And there's people in the area. So there's a lot of charities out there and a lot of people. We had a lady on the other week from Hendersonville that is going right into where they're at
Jackson Park.
and meeting and with them and helping, trying to supply their needs.
Yeah.
So be a part of someone's life this Christmas and imparting into them the real reason for this season.
Yeah, and don't forget about it after, you know, come to December 26th, you know, don't go back to being a Scrooge, you know. Keep that going because, you know, again, Christmas was just the beginning of what he did for us.
That's
you know?
right.
It wasn't until 33 years after that till he finished it, you know. And the thing is, where we're at in history, we're still looking towards his return.
That's right.
So it's not over. So we need to be We need to be Christ-like all year, not just during Christmas, you know. But I think a little extra during Christmas never hurts nobody.
You got that right.
That's for sure. So, but what about you, Gwen? You got a favorite Christmas?
I got several favorite Christmas. You know, if I tried to pick out one, I don't even know which one would be the best because there's been so many stories through the years.
Well, now that y'all got grandkids, and I've got little kids. 20 grandkids. Oh.
And 3 great.
And 3. What's better?
This is going to probably be a memory year for me
or
this
is it
year.
grandkids are better?
Getting to have them all together at one time. I'm so excited.
Yeah. But which is better? Is it better with the kids when they're little, or is it better with the grandkids, or is it a different?
When we lived in the big house where you know that was, they'd all come for breakfast, and I would make Christmas quiche. But then I wouldn't stop there. I'd make biscuits and big bowls of gravy. Yeah, and through lunch, they would go back and eat the quiche. The quiche was just as good cold as it was hot.
Yeah.
But they were just there, in and out all day. I love that time. You know, really, it is about being with family, being with your kids and your grandkids. And, you know, my oldest son, if I don't get another Christmas present, this was my Christmas present. He came to the Lord. He's 49.
Awesome.
And I'm telling you, very involved in his church.
Good.
And then on top of that, he sit down and he just begins to play.
Wow.
Just Wade.
Yes.
He'll come to the house and just play on the keyboard or the Yamaha.
No lessons.
And lots of songs about grace
Wonderful.
the Lord's given him. It's just, I got lots of good things.
Yeah.
You know, this has been a great year. You know, I got my, not that I'm going anywhere, but on my bucket list was to go to Hawaii, and it was just awesome. Yeah. And one thing I didn't tell on TV was, and it was very memorable for me, on my computer at home was the Hawaii with the big mountain, the big rock, and the beautiful coral. So we stayed over in Hawaii, and when we arrived that night to where we were staying at home, it was dark. The next morning I got up, and the whole front of this house is nothing but glass.
Wow.
But guess what? There was that rock. There was that big rock out in there. It was the very picture I had on my computer.
Wow. That's unreal. So, well, this will definitely be one of my most memorable Christmas
and
activities.
you did good. I'm so proud of you.
Not bad, you know.
Yeah, you did good.
This one looks good. The thing is what matters the most is how it tastes.
The taste.
And I think we've already confirmed it's got a good flavor
Pretty
to it.
good, y'all. So,
and we got plenty.
Yeah, we got plenty. Yeah, these crew, they're ready for this program to be done because they're ready to try this.
Oh, yeah.
But again, folks, check out Facebook. We'll post all the what do we call them? Directions, ingredients, whatever.
The recipe.
The recipe. You can tell I don't belong in this kitchen.
Oh, yes, you do.
I do not belong
Your mama would be so proud of you.
So we'll put the recipe on Facebook for everybody. But it's pretty easy. 5 cups of sugar.
That's right.
A can of condensed milk and
10 tablespoons of cocoa.
Stick of butter. I could do that.
And the key, I watched Wade last night, the key too is, as it thickens, don't put it on when it's real thin. As it thickens, that's when to really put it. Oh, yes, it turns to candy.
Well, this has been a wonderful program.
Oh,
Thank y'all for inviting me.
Thank you for being here.
Made a memory.
Thank you so much.
No.
Thank you. This is great. Good music, too, by the way.
Thank
I always
you.
have the best music.
And I would like to say this. I know that during this season, there's a lot of churches having their Christmas programs and so forth. And that's one thing growing up I always loved was the Christmas plays that were put on at the church. And as a child, I liked getting those little Christmas bags with the orange and the peanuts and an apple and all this, you know, in it. But spend time with your family.
Yeah.
Make memories, as Gwen talks about so much.
Your kids are little, but they're growing.
They're growing
You
like
know,
weeds.
it was like Mackenzie was just born, and now she's 19 in college.
Wow.
You know, so yeah, she stayed all last year with us so she could continue graduating there where we live. And it just, one day they're little, and the next day they're grown. You know, the only time we said this while ago, your days go by so fast till you're on a cruise, and time stops.
Well, I need to take a cruise.
You do.
So I'm going to take this chocolate cake. I'm going to go sit on a cruise ship somewhere.
Okay. Well, it's been a wonderful evening. We've enjoyed being with you so much.
Yes.
Again, take time this season. Spend time with your family.
Yeah.
Make memories. And as Gwen always says, from our Nightline family
To your family.
to your family.
We love you.
And God bless you. And have a wonderful weekend.